Hey guys, it's the Astro Witch. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for the sign Libra for the first 2 weeks of September. This is just going to be a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. If you would like a more personal reading, my information will be in the description box down below. Before I get into the reading, I want to talk about the astrology a little bit and give you guys an idea of what's going to be going on this month. So there is this stellium happening, which means 3 or more planets in one sign. And this is going to be happening in the sign of Virgo in your 12th house. The 12th house has to do with spirituality, but also isolation and rest. So in the beginning of the month, you may be going through a time period of introspection and rest and rejuvenation. And I believe that that is preparing you for the end of the month, where all of the planets are going to be going into your sign. So all of these planets that are in Virgo are going to be moving into your first house towards the end of the month. And that means towards the end of the month, going into October, your life is going to be much busier. There's going to be a lot more going on. So definitely take this time to just enjoy your alone time and enjoy your rest and relaxation, and allow yourself to really heal and rejuvenate so that when all this energy does move into your sign, you're ready to take it all on. Because there's this huge focus on your 12th house, I really feel like this is going to be a very spiritual month for you guys. You may be getting a lot of insight from higher realms, from higher beings. Your guardian angels and your spirit guides may be communicating lots of messages to you, or you may just be getting lots of synchronicities and signs from the universe. And you're just going to be very spiritually attuned. So definitely pay attention to the signs and be aware that you're probably going to be getting a lot more spiritual downloads this month than usual. If you are the kind of person who remembers your dreams, I would definitely invest in a dream journal if you don't already, because you're going to be getting lots of messages and insight through your dreams. The 12th house is traditionally ruled by Pisces, and Pisces rules the astral realm, the dream world, and Pisces naturally have very vivid dreams because of this. So when we have a lot of planets in our 12th house, we get a little taste of that energy where we'll start to have very vivid dreams and lots of communication coming to us from the astral realms. You may even be able to astral project or lucid dream at this time, especially because the sign of Virgo, which rules your 12th house, has to do with communication and mobility. So to me, that means more mobility in the astral realm, more control over your dreams, and also lots of communication coming in through your dreams. So that's something to look forward to. There's also going to be a full moon in Pisces in your 6th house. And the 6th house has to do with your health and well-being, and also your daily routines and your job. So whenever there's a full moon, it sheds light on something that we may not have been aware of. So it may shed light on an issue with your job that you previously were unaware of, and that may be a little bit chaotic or hectic for you in the middle of the month when this full moon happens. It could also shed light on a possible health issue, because the 6th house does rule your health. So if you're feeling a little bit off, definitely go to the doctor, because something could be coming to a culmination in regards to your health around the middle of the month. It doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing though. It could be a really good thing, like maybe mid-month you're going to reach a milestone in terms of your goals for your health. Maybe you've really been working towards a healthier lifestyle, and you really start to see results around the middle of the month. There is also going to be Saturn going direct in the sign of Capricorn, and this is happening in your 4th house. So if things have been kind of stagnant in your home, your place of living, for some time now, while Saturn's been retrograde, once it turns direct this month, things are really going to start moving forward. Maybe there's been some problems in your home and you've been waiting on getting them fixed or renovated, and now you're finally going to be able to move forward with those projects. Excuse me. Or maybe you've been trying to sell your house or move house, and there's been some delays, but now when Saturn goes direct, things are going to start progressing again. All in all, I think that things will start to be a little bit busier at home. Alright, now I'm going to get into the reading. I've already done a pre-shuffle on the cards, but I'm going to shuffle a little bit more anyways, just to be sure. First, I'm going to pull 2 astrological oracle cards, and these 2 cards are going to be the main theme of your reading and give you the general energy of the next 2 weeks for you. Give me 2 oracle cards for the sign of Libra for the first 2 weeks of September. What is going to be the main focus for Libras this month? What is the main theme of this reading for Libras? What is going to be the main focus for this month for Libras? Alright, give me one more card for Libra. What is going to be the main focus for Libras in September? One more card for the sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Alright, let's see what we got. The first card that I pulled is the sign of Capricorn. The second card we got is the planet Venus. Alright, so Capricorn is a very goal-oriented sign. There may be a lot of focus on your growth and your career this month. I think that with Venus being here, this will be an abundant month for you, or a month where you're working towards abundance. I think that overall things will be pretty steady and comfortable this month because Capricorn is an earth sign, and Venus traditionally rules Taurus, which is an earth sign as well. It also rules your sign. It's your ruling planet. So overall, I think that you'll be feeling very relaxed these first 2 weeks of September. Very calm and steady. I think that you're gonna just be focusing on being comfortable, resting, healing, taking care of your health and your well-being. Excuse me. Earth signs in general have a lot to do with your self-worth and taking care of yourself, and so does Venus. So I think that that will be an important theme for you this month. There's going to be a big focus on self-care. Sorry, you guys, my throat is a little bit sore right now, so excuse me. But yes, there will be a lot of focus on self-care, and this is going to bring about growth in your life. Towards the end of the month, when all these planets go into your sign, I think that you're going to see the results of the self-care that you've been doing. You're going to start to see more growth and abundance when all these signs move into Libra, or all these planets move into Libra. But for now, the first 2 weeks, I think the universe is really asking you to just slow down. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, make sure you're resting, make sure that you are doing your self-care and focusing on healing. Alright, now I'm going to pull some tarot cards for you guys. Spirit guides and guardian angels, connect me to the collective energy of Libra for the next 2 weeks of September. What can Libras expect these next 2 weeks? Connect me to the collective energy of Libra. What is going to be happening for Libras these next 2 weeks? Alright, I'm going to take a look at this main spread now, but later I'm going to be pulling clarifying cards. Alright, so the first card that you guys got is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups has a lot to do with introspection, going within, meditating, checking in with yourself. And that, I do believe, is a reflection of all of this energy in your 12th house. There may be external things going on, offers being made to you. But I feel like for now, you're just going to wait. You're going to hold off a little bit. You're going to contemplate the future before you make your next move. The second card that you guys got is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles has everything to do with abundance and stability and growth. So I think that's going to be on your mind a lot these next 2 weeks. You're going to be thinking about the future, contemplating the future, and what steps you need to take to get to a more grounded, abundant, healthy lifestyle. I'm sensing with your third card here, the Nine of Swords, that this may be something that has been worrying you a lot lately, possibly keeping you up at night, giving you a lot of anxiety, or it may just be something you have a lot of fears about. Maybe things have been a little tight with finances lately. Maybe you've had some trouble with your work, and that's been really stressing you out and keeping you up at night. It's been a major concern for you, and I think that has caused you to kind of go into this period of isolation where you're kind of just thinking about the path that you're on, if it's the right path for you, what changes you need to make to get to a better place financially. You want abundance, you want comfort, you want balance and harmony in your life. You are a Libra after all. That's where you thrive the most, when you have harmony and balance. And I think maybe you haven't had that for a while. Maybe that's been stressing you out a lot, and you're just trying to figure out how you can get back to a place of harmony. The last card in your spread is the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is all about confusion and illusions. So I'm sensing that you may be at a crossroads right now where you don't necessarily know what path to take. Maybe you have a lot of options, or you just don't know exactly what you're doing right now with your life or with your job or relationships, whatever it may be. And that's been the cause of a lot of stress with that Nine of Swords coming before it. The instability of not knowing is what has been giving you trouble and anxiety. You've been having a lot of subconscious fears about the future. I really feel from this spread and from this energy that you're just very confused right now. You're not sure what is the best decision to make. You're not sure what path to go down. You know what you want, ultimately. You know what your goal is, but maybe you've been trying things and they just haven't been working, and that's why you're stressing out and it's keeping you up at night. You want stability and harmony in your life, and you haven't had that for a while, and you're trying to figure out how to get back to that, but you're not sure what the right decision is. You're not sure how to get there. With this Four of Cups, as your first card, I'm sensing that you've been neglecting something. I think you've been neglecting your well-being, and that's why the universe this month, in the beginning at least, is pretty much forcing you to actually stop, take a minute, slow down, do some introspection, and really think about where you're at and what steps you need to take to get to where you want to go. I believe this focus on your 12th house is really causing you to actually take a break and take care of yourself, which is something you've probably been neglecting for a while. And being ruled by Venus, it's really important as a Libra that you are taking care of yourself, because that's how you create abundance and harmony. That's how you grow. You have to be nurturing yourself. It starts from within. That balance and that harmony starts from within. And that's what I believe this month is all about for you, or at least the first 2 weeks. When all of these planets are going to be in your 12th house, that's what it's about, is going within, taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, healing, doing your self-care. And by doing that, I really believe that you will discover the right path to take. I believe that in doing so and taking care of yourself, towards the end of the month, when all of the planets start to move into your sign, into your first house, you're really going to see the results of your hard work. You're going to see the results of, all the self-care that you've done in the beginning of the month. And new things are going to start to grow in your life. The 12th house has a lot to do with subconscious fears and anxieties, and I think that that is something that the universe really wants you to actually look at and address that issue and deal with it, so that you can move forward into a more healthy, balanced lifestyle. These fears and worries and anxieties have been stressing you out so much, and they've really been causing you to neglect yourself, and they've been causing you a lot of confusion. So you really need to meditate on what is the root cause of those worries and those anxieties, and how can you work through them? What steps can you take to get to a better place? These are the questions you need to be asking yourself this month. You need to be going within. It's not a time, really, in the beginning of the month at least, to be around other people a lot. It's not a great time to socialize. You really need to focus on yourself these first 2 weeks of the month. All of that fun stuff, all that good stuff, and the socializing and the fun and moving forward, that's going to come at the end of the month after you've done the self-work. That's going to come in October, in the height of Libra season. But for now, you're kind of in your shadow period where you need to do that inner work and really get to the root of these anxieties and fears that have been causing you distress and confusion, so that you can move forward into abundance and harmony and balance. Alright, now I'm going to pull some clarifier cards. Give me a clarifier for the Four of Cups. Give me a clarifier card for the Four of Cups. Give me a clarifier for the Four of Cups. Alright, so we got the Seven of Pentacles clarifying the Four of Cups. I really feel with this energy that the thing that you've been neglecting is doing that self-work that you need to do to essentially get to the Ten of Cups. You've been neglecting what you really need to do to get to a place of abundance and harmony and growth. And like I said earlier, that starts from within. You honestly may have even just been avoiding your responsibilities these past few weeks, or just not really wanting to think about anything real, just kind of wanting to escape it all and avoid it all. And now you're really having to kind of look at yourself and look at what you've been doing, or more importantly, what you have not been doing, and address those issues, and really just do that inner work that you need to do to get to that place that I know you want to be. If you have been putting in a lot of work in your external life, then this is most likely speaking about the inner work that you've been neglecting, the emotional work, the self-care. And by neglecting yourself, you've kind of created your own misery, you've created your own prison. By neglecting yourself, you've allowed these worries and fears to kind of fester in your mind and cause a lot of unnecessary stress. Give me a clarifier card for the Ten of Pentacles. The Hangman popped out earlier, so it's interesting that he came out again. Here he is. Yeah, this is basically just confirming what I've already talked about. You know what you want, you know what your end goal is, but you've kind of been in this state of limbo where things just haven't really been moving forward. Maybe you've been feeling stuck, or maybe you just have been putting off making a decision because you don't really know what the right choice is yet. But very soon, there is going to be a change happening. I think that the Hanged Man is just really asking you to go within and maybe look at things from a different perspective. Try and get to the root of the issue and really contemplate your next move before making that decision. Because I think maybe you haven't been totally honest with yourself about your current situation, and these 2 weeks where there's all this focus on your 12th house, I think is really going to cause you to face with that and be honest with yourself and get to the root of the issue and do the inner work so that you can move forward. But right now you're definitely in this transition period. You're definitely kind of in limbo right now. and you may not be certain about the path ahead, but I think that through reflection and introspection, you will gain clarity. It's just a matter of really being honest with yourself and actually taking the time for yourself to think about things and take care of yourself, get your priorities in order, and really think about what steps you need to take to get to a better place. Because you know what you want. You want harmony, you want balance, you want abundance and growth in your life. So you gotta figure out what exactly it is that's holding you back from getting that, because you definitely have the potential. You have all the tools that you need to get there. There's just something that you've been neglecting or avoiding or not being honest with yourself about, and you need to work through that so that you can start to take steps forward and reap the rewards that are coming in October and at the end of this month. Because they definitely are coming, but you need to be in a place where you're ready to allow all those good things to enter into your life. There's definitely a sense of divine timing here. You know, everything happens in its own time. Everything happens for a reason. So although you may be struggling right now and not really knowing what to do, all the answers that you need truly are within yourself. You just need to quiet your mind enough to get that clarity that you need to move forward. Give me a clarity card for the Nine of Swords. Give me a clarity card for the Nine of Swords. Give me a clarity card for the Nine of Swords. Give me a clarity card for the Nine of Swords. All right. The Magician wanted to pop out, so we're going to take it. What I'm sensing here, it's kind of funny actually. For some of you, I honestly feel like the thing that you're secretly afraid of is yourself. It's your own potential. Some of you guys are afraid of succeeding, which I know sounds a bit weird, but honestly, I'm getting a self-sabotaging kind of energy here. Maybe some of you guys are so afraid of failure that you haven't wanted to take a chance or really try something. And in essence, that also means you're afraid of succeeding. Because if you don't take that chance, if you don't take that risk, you'll never get anywhere. And that's a very self-sabotaging kind of energy. I think this is one of those things that you're really going to need to look at this month and contemplate why that is. Why do you self-sabotage? Why aren't you being honest with yourself? Why have you been neglecting things or avoiding them? For some of you, you may have even been trying to escape reality through drugs and alcohol, and if that's the case, you really need to kind of cut that out and get to a place where you're thinking more clearly and you're more grounded. And with so much earth energy in your spread and also in the astrology this month, it's the perfect time to really get grounded, to get realistic about your situation and where you're at in life. It's really a time to kind of just get real about what you need to do, what you want, to be clear-headed, because there is lots of energy around confusion, self-sabotage, overindulgence, escapism, and I really think that's one of the main roots of the problem here. I think that's one of the main things that has been causing you so much stress and anxiety, because when you avoid things and you're not honest with yourself and you self-sabotage, it has a snowball effect. It starts to affect every area in your life, and before you know it, it becomes totally overwhelming and unmanageable because you've let so many things slide, you don't even know where to begin. That's kind of the energy that I'm sensing. I would definitely, if you can, try and be completely sober this month, completely clear-headed, because the 12th house does rule escapism, especially through drugs and alcohol. And when there is a lot of planets in your 12th house, it's all too easy to self-medicate and try and escape your problems. It is the house of escaping. But that's kind of the dark side of the house. The good side has to do with, like I said earlier, introspection. Isolation in a good way, where you're just taking time away from the rest of the world to really focus on you and self-care and working through issues. And I believe that as long as you're staying sober and completely clear-headed this month, and kind of cutting out any distractions in your life so that you can really focus, I do believe that you'll have a breakthrough and you'll get to a better place, and the path that you need to take will start to become clearer. It's not necessarily all of you that may be escaping in that way, but I definitely feel some of you have been overindulging and trying to just avoid things and escape. And regardless of whether or not you're doing that specifically, there's just an overall energy here of self-sabotage. And I think that these next 2 weeks, with all of these planets in Virgo in your 12th house, it's really just about nipping that in the bud and being honest with yourself, being real with yourself about what you want and what you need to do. Getting to the root of your problem so that you can move forward into more harmony and balance and abundance and growth in your life. Lastly, I'm going to clarify the 7 of Cups. And I think that this will shed light on what it is that you've been avoiding or what it is that has been confusing you. because the Seven of Cups holds the energy of illusion and confusion. It's a very dreamy kind of energy. It's ruled by, I don't know if it's ruled by Neptune traditionally, but that's kind of what I associate with the card. It very much gives me Piscean vibes, Neptune vibes, as well as the Hanged Man right here. That's a strong energy coming up for you, which has to do with, deception, not being honest with yourself, maybe being delusional about something in your life, and definitely just an overall energy of confusion. So this clarifier card is going to get to the bottom of what exactly that is confusing you, or what it is that you're not being honest with yourself about. Give me a clarifier card for the Seven of Cups. Give me a clarifier card for the Seven of Cups. Give me a clarifier card for the Seven of Cups. Interesting. Alright, so the card that popped out is the Three of Cups. Yeah, for a lot of you guys, I'm definitely sensing that you have been avoiding your problems through drinking, through partying, through drugs. It's not all of you. If it's not substance abuse that has been distracting you, then it's just other people and your social life that you have been using as an escape from your issues and your life. You may have been going out a lot with your friends, spending a lot of time with other people because that's more fun and that's more comfortable, and you can avoid your issues when you're around other people because they provide a distraction for you. But for some of you, it's definitely drinking, I'm getting strongly. Maybe going out and drinking a lot, maybe partying a lot. But just in general, you've been using fun and good times and other people to distract you from what you really need to do. And once in a while we all go through that. We all need to do that. Sometimes life just gets really hard and we gotta blow off some steam and just escape it all for a little bit. It's healthy to do that in small doses, but if it's become an unhealthy pattern, that's something that you really need to be honest with yourself about, and you need to cut back on that because it's preventing you from really being productive and reaching your full potential. I think that there are so many good things awaiting you in October and even towards the end of this month. But if you are not in a sober, clear-headed mind space where you're ready to take on those new things in your life, you're just going to miss those opportunities, and that would be a shame, I know this might be kind of hard to hear for some people, and I am not trying to be harsh at all. I'm just the messenger. I'm just relaying what the cards are telling me, but a lot of you guys need to cut out the distractions, whatever they may be, and really face with yourself and go inside yourself and get to the root of the issue and take the physical steps that you need to take to get to a better place of harmony, of balance, and abundance. So many good things are awaiting you in the near future, and you want to be ready for that. So I really do believe these next 2 weeks are going to be preparing you for that. And you kind of have two paths you can take here. You can either keep going down the path that you've been on and not really get anywhere, and that's just going to cause you even more anxiety and even more stress with that 9 of Swords there. Or you can be honest with yourself and really do what you need to do for you. Do what's best for yourself so that you can get to a better place and start manifesting those things in your life that you really want to have happen. Because you definitely have the vision, you definitely have the goal, you know what you want, but you've been neglecting things and letting things distract you and get in the way, and letting certain situations confuse you and just stop you from really doing what you truly need to do to manifest those things in your life that you really want. I really feel here with these two cards, with the 9 of Swords and the Magician, that these are your two paths. The Magician is about manifestation. It's about creating. It's about your destiny. The 9 of Swords is about fear, anxiety, sleepless nights, suffering, misery. These are your two paths. Choose wisely. Alright guys, this has been your September reading for the first 2 weeks of the month. I hope that this reading genuinely helped you and gave you some clarity about the direction you need to go in. I know that this was a very specific message and it won't resonate with everybody, so maybe if it didn't resonate with you, check back in next week and you may have better luck with that reading, because as I said in the beginning, these are general readings and my messages are channeled for those who need to hear them the most. And I just have a feeling that tonight I was speaking to a group of Libras who really needed to hear this message. So it's not going to resonate with everybody, but for those of you that it did resonate with, I really truly hope that this helped you and gave you some clarity, and I wish you the absolute best this month, because there are amazing things awaiting you in the very near future. It's just a matter of really getting your ducks in a row and preparing yourself for those things. You gotta make sure that you're in a good place to where all those amazing things can actually come into your life, because they're definitely there, and you definitely have the vision, and you definitely have all the tools within you to create the life you want with this Magician here. It's just a matter of being honest with yourself and choosing the higher path. So again, I hope this helped you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you have an amazing month of healing and blessings. I love you all so much. Blessed be.